In The Death of a Salesman, Willie Loman is a character who has self-doubt and insecurities. Willie Loman is a self-deceived traveling salesman who has a passion towards the American dream of easy success and wealth. Loman tries to make himself feel better by lying to himself and to his family. Willie's hopes towards the American dream become vanished as he starts to become unpopular and not even good at his job. This leads Willie to not being able to provide for his family, pay his bills, or sell anything. Willie's mental health starts to disentangle. Willie has deceived himself his entire life and tries to live through his son, Biff Loman. Biff uncovers Willie's lies, and this leads to a catastrophe in the Loman family. Willie tries to escape to the past, which brings us readers to the woman, his mistress. Arthur Miller tries to let the readers know why Willie cheated. Later in the play, Willie kills himself because of his misguided hope in his son, Biff. Willie would rather kill himself than live in the despair of his son not becoming successful. Willie's characters can connect to the tipping point because he was a salesman. The title, The Death of a Salesman, helps identify the gist of a play and how one can sell their self by their doubts of becoming unsuccessful. Gladwell identifies the salesman as someone who is effective at persuading people to purchase things. Salespeople tend to build relationships with people and get their information across. Willie is obviously a salesman due to how he lives and provides for his family off the sales he makes. Willie is also a traveling salesman. However, his career starts to vanish as he doesn't succeed the American dream. In the play, Willie quotes, "I'm tired to death. I couldn't make it. I just couldn't make it, Linda." This quote shows how hard Willie worked as a salesman. Willie's explained to Linda the reason he wasn't able to make his sales call that day. Willie was having trouble concentrating on his driving. As reading through the play, Willie was one moment just driving just fine, and the next moment speeding off the road. This shows how Willie is exhausted from traveling from New York to New England for his job. Willie's physically and emotionally exhausted from doing this. This quote represents how he's a salesman and how it was important for him to be successful with his job. In the play, Willie mentions, "You got a fine city here, Mayor," and then he had coffee with me, and then I went to Waterbury. Waterbury's a fine city, big block city, the famous Waterbury clock, sold a nice bill there, and then Boston. Boston is the cradle of the Revolution, a fine city, and a couple of other towns in Mass, and on to Portland, and Bangor, and straight home. This quote represents a traveling salesman, which was what Willie was. Willie was explaining to his sons how he met the mayor of Providence in his journey. This quote connects to the tipping point because it's identifying how Willie went to different towns to sell his items. Gladwell mentions that salesmen are people who build relationships with people and persuade people to buy products. This is what Willie did. In the play, Willie quotes, $120? My God, if business don't pick up, I don't know what I'm going to do. This quote represents the downfall in Willie's sales. He noticed he wasn't making the right amount of money. Willie was stressed that his business wasn't picking up and his sales were decreasing. Willie knew he wasn't being the role model he wanted for his kids. All Willie wanted was to be successful in the American dream, but in his mental state, he didn't achieve that goal. Through this, the death of a salesman became a prominent statement because it was evident that all Willie wanted was a successful family, but he didn't conquer. So he killed himself by the doubt of his family not succeeding, and especially his son Biff.